everyone, it's Amanda here with your July 2019 RuneScope. This month, the big news is that your mid-year check-in RuneScopes are now available over on my Vimeo channel. These are readings covering July through December, the rest of the year. So if you want to see where you're at, what's coming up, definitely check that out. That link is below in the box. Just click or tap the little arrow beneath the video. It's also a good time for those of you who purchased any of my yearly RuneScopes that I posted at the beginning of the year. The 2019 RuneScope, the Career RuneScope, or the Love RuneScope. It's a good time to rewatch those, and you can purchase those if you haven't already. There's still, a full half a year left, and kind of see where you're at in those and what's coming up. So it's a good time to kind of check those out. I will move those up on the list over on my Vimeo channel. That's where all this stuff is. So on the main page, I'll put it underneath the spiritual guidance for July. Just tap the show more button over there and it'll load the rest of those videos if you want to purchase any of those. The mid-year though will be at the top, and then your spiritual guidance for July, which this month I will be pulling and interpreting one card from the awesome Faeries Oracle by Brian Froud. He's an amazing artist. If you like Labyrinth or The Dark Crystal, which I do, two wonderful movies from my childhood. He was instrumental in designing the puppets and the characters in those movies. And the cards are amazing. He also has a book called Good Fairies and Bad Fairies, which this deck I believe is based upon. It does have the same fairies in it, but this is an oracle deck. So if you like his work, he's a genius. I do encourage you to check out the book, but also this deck if you're into oracle cards. That's going to be for July. Give us our additional wisdom. We'll get some additional wisdom and guidance and advice from Brian Froud this month. That's over on Vimeo as well. But here with our runes for July, I'm going to stick with a whimsical theme this month. And the tarot deck we'll be using is the Paulina Tarot by Pauline Stuckey. Is that her last name? I'm going to make sure I get it right, because this is also, she's another, Paulina Cassidy, sorry. She's another amazing artist. So we're featuring a lot of very cool artists this month on the RuneScope's channel. But without further ado, let's jump in and take a look at what July holds for you. Hey Virgos, let's see what the runes have in store for you in July 2019 for Virgo. What's going on with Virgo? July 2019 for Virgos. No. As always, keep in mind, Virgo, these are general readings, not private sessions. So I'm connecting with a lot of different Virgos out there. I gotta give messages to as many as possible in these general readings. So it's take which ones are for you and leave the rest, because those are for other Virgos. You can always check the video for your rising sign as well. In fact, you'll often find that is the more accurate of the two. But if you would like something about your specific circumstances and the specific people in your life, drop me a line at my email address and we can set up a private Skype session. That way we can just talk about you and your life. But in general, Virgo, in the present energy, this is going to be end of June going into early July. Or for some of you, whenever you're watching this video, if you find your way here later in July, this may be what's going on. We got the Ace of Wands in reverse for you in the present. Here's what it looks like in the upright. It's a beautiful card. Let's see what's coming through here. Well, it seems like some of you may be having like some kind of artistic block, creative block in whatever you do for work. There could also be like a, I'm hearing that song, The Thrill Is Gone, like maybe in a relationship, maybe the passion has kind of waned. Maybe you've been together a long time and it's just kind of, we're trying to get that spark back. Or someone wants to get that spark back. Gaines is here indicating, we're good friends, but maybe the passion has left the relationship and we need to kind of try to rekindle it. This could be causing some conflict though. Could be causing some arguments. Yeah, the physical, it's kind of the first thing to go in a long-term relationship, but hopefully it takes a while, but you may be at that stage. Others of you, it may be, you're dealing with like someone who's having trouble performing, a male that's having trouble performing, and you're trying to figure out, like, you're trying all these things to ignite the spark. But yeah, it may be medical, right? Especially if it's happening quite often, if it's someone who's getting older. So yeah, it may be something that needs to be looked into medically, and certainly not something to argue over, but of course it's frustrating. Don't take it personally, Virgo. It's not you. In most cases, it's going to be something medical, but I mean, if not, you just have to kind of maybe work with it, try to get that spark back. Yeah, others of you, I think it's just I've lost interest in this person, this project, this job, this event. I mean, it could be anything. This idea. You could also be, if you are a creative, if you work in a creative industry, you could just be like, I'm trying to find inspiration, and I'm not finding it. Like, I'm not getting any new ideas. You may be frustrated with the lack of ideas, the lack of ability to come up with new ideas. This could also be some frustrations trying to get pregnant for some of you. Maybe you've had like some infertility, and you're trying to look into different things. And no matter what you do, it doesn't seem to be working out. So you may be kind of, there's a block here. And that's another thing with the sex aspect of this, is like maybe you've had to do it so much trying to have a baby that it's no longer, it's all about that, and it's not about the attraction or the relationship, and that may be having an effect, taking a toll on someone, or both of you. So yeah, I mean, that's the energy around in the present. There's some sort of block. I think there's an opening up coming though with Canis here. There is going to be a new beginning, a rekindling. You'll be able to stoke that fire again. Maybe just stand back a little bit, give it a little break. Try, whether it's you're trying to get pregnant, or whether you're trying to create an idea, create something, the birth of an idea. Sometimes you just got to step away and then come back to it with fresh eyes, better sleep, well rested. That kind of approach. Sometimes that's all it takes, is a little bit of distance, and you come back and you're like, oh, well, why didn't I think of this yesterday? So this is just a temporary passing energy. So just take a step back here at the beginning of July, Virgo. Give something a break and maybe pick it up in August. We do have Mercury retrograde in July, so maybe things tend to slow down with that. So, it's usually like, because we have to slow down sometimes. We have to kind of take it easy sometimes, and this may be a month when you need to do that. You can come back to whatever this was in August. The challenge of the month, we got the Three of Cups in reverse. Someone else got this, but in a different position. I don't remember which sign. Maybe Gemini? You could be like running into someone that you don't necessarily ever want to see again. This could be a reunion that you'd rather not have, or a meeting that you'd rather not have, or a party you'd rather not go to. But usually with the Three of Cups, to me, it's the reunion card. And in the reverse, it's, that's somebody I wish I'd never seen again. You also may be wanting a reunion with somebody that doesn't want to reunite with you, or vice versa. You know, somebody wants to reunite with you and you're like, oh, I just don't think I have the patience. Now, this doesn't have to be romantic. It could be, you know, a friend, someone from school, someone from, you know, the old neighborhood. It could be a relative, a sibling. Could be somebody that you just have, like, you've had an argument with, or you have conflict with that needs to be resolved, and you may not be in July ready to, because that's what this is saying that I was like, what you're going to want to do is put it off. It seems like, or they want to put it off. It's like somebody's raring to go. They want to fix this. They want to talk about it. They want to confront it, but the other person doesn't. And, you know, some of you are going to be the one who doesn't want to deal with it right now. And others of you are going to be the one like, I need to hurry up and fix this. It may be challenging to be patient and just kind of wait and see how things play out, because this seems to be bothering you. So it must be somebody that you care about or who makes you really uncomfortable. Like the thought of seeing them again really makes you uncomfortable. But yeah, just kind of wait and see how this plays out. Again, July is a month to not push ahead. So if you are the one that really wants this, doesn't mean you're not going to get it. You know, it doesn't mean you're not going to be able to see this person or reunite and talk it out, but it may not happen in July, and that may be for the best. Mercury retrograde is not the best time really to work things out. It can kind of, you know, there's miscommunications and arguments can intensify. I mean, you know, it's more likely there would be a severing of ties than a coming together, usually with the planet of communication going backwards. So trust the universe on this one, Virgo. If it's like, oh, I really want to talk to this person, you know, but I just, they're not wanting to do that. Just kind of be patient with yourself and with this other person, because it's going to end up being better in the long run. You can still reach your goal. It just may take longer. Is what I'm hearing. Like, you know, it may not come in July for all of you. The help that's going to be available, though, you do have the Sun. So, I mean, that's a fantastic card. There is rejoicing, there is celebration, there is reason to celebrate over something. And for some of you, this may have something to do with, your domestic situation. You're somebody who lives with you. Maybe you were arguing with your mate, with one of your kids, with your neighbor, somebody in your immediate environment, someone in your family. Maybe this was an estate issue, like, you know, arguing over property. But with the Sun card, you'll be rejoicing. So this could be resolved unexpectedly. If it is like something was left to you in a will, or if you were trying to buy a home and you thought the deal fell through, there could be a last minute rejuvenation with the Sun. Because this is all about recognition, promotion, taking something to the next level. Also a lot of associations with children. I'm also hearing that some of you may be like starting to look into other, like, you know, if the fertility treatments aren't working, or if you're just not able to do this the natural way, or you know, you may be looking at adoption, because I'm seeing, like, you know, just because you can't do it yourself doesn't mean you can't do it. Because I mean, this is the birth of a child, plain and simple. It's one of the very prominent meanings of it. So, yeah, July may be a month that you could investigate alternative routes to getting a child. Yeah, something unconventional, untraditional, an unconventional way, unexpected way of starting a family even. Or, yeah, surrogates. It's something that maybe you hadn't been considering before, but, you know, maybe you're just with the frustration here and feeling that way at the beginning of July, you're more open to other methods. Others of you, this is just you get the win, you get the answer you want, and perhaps unexpectedly, from a situation that's been dragging on for quite some time, maybe specifically to do with a family argument, a family disagreement, or property of some sort. So yeah, what has been delayed and has been very frustrating will have a happy ending. And if it doesn't come in July for all of you, it will be coming. If Mercury is slowing down that wind, just trust it's going to be coming maybe in the time of Leo, end of July into early August, since Leo's ruled by the sun. So that's their card there. One of their cards. Yeah, interesting. For others of you, I think you're getting the win over anybody who was trying to fight you on something or causing problems for you. What must be accepted? We got the Emperor. So let's see what's coming through here with the Emperor. You're going to have to be patient with the authorities. So this could be your boss, a lawyer, your father, a husband, especially if he's older. Yeah, baby steps is what I'm hearing. But patience, and this is a necessary time. Like whatever these hurdles are, they're necessary in order for you to get where you're ultimately going to end up, in order for you to get to this joyous event, this joyous result. Stay positive. But yeah, there may be some bureaucratic stuff. You know, I'm seeing a lot of paperwork, certainly with adoption or anything like that. You know, maybe having to fill that out, or any of that medical stuff, anything you're trying to do that involves doctors. You're going to be filling out some paperwork, right? Yeah, or purchasing a home, or anything legal. There's this bureaucratic, like all of these things you have to go through, or these steps, and you may be a little bit like disheartened when you see how many there are. But it's ultimately just do it one at a time, tackle it one at a time, and you don't have to do it all at once, Virgo. This could also just be, I have to be patient with a person. It's necessary for me to be patient with them because maybe you can't get out of seeing them. You can't get out of dealing with them. Maybe it's you're co-parenting with someone. And yeah, this is another way this could be working, is that there's maybe been some problems with one of your children after they come back from the ex's house, because there's maybe no discipline, no rules, and then they come back to your house and they're not digging it, right? So you may be like, we need to talk about this, but I know it's like you're not looking forward to it. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to, and they're not going to like what I have to say. But yeah, I mean, this is the father for many of you, of your children. And so, I mean, he would definitely need to take an active role. And if he already has one, there needs to be some sort of structure, I think. And it is necessary that you deal with this at some point, Virgo. If you don't want to do it in July, you'll definitely have to do it in August. The outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be you, Virgo. This is an earth sign. And these court cards can be male or female in the general reading. So for some of you, this could be a male. It could be another earth sign, another Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus person. I think your patience and your stubbornness are going to save the day, Virgo, and that just your constancy, because like you have the long-term big picture insight, in whatever area this, that we've touched on, that you're focused on, that applies to you. You've got the long-term in view, and other people are thinking short-term, and so they're going to burn themselves out, or they're only interested in doing whatever is going to get them the most out of a situation. It's all about gain for them. They may use people, they may be trying to use you, but you're onto their game, you know them or have known them too long, and you're like, no, that's not going to happen. I'm seeing you winning out on whatever or whoever this is. The same thing with also if it's just inspiration, like I'm waiting for an idea to come. Just be patient with yourself. And you're like, I'm not going to do this. It's like everybody else may have ideas, but you're like, God, that's really dumb. That's not going to work. Or, you know, or they're really kind of singing their own praises. And some people may be trying to copy your work, or they may be like, really like, what are you bringing to the meeting? What's your idea? Do you have, you know, I'm just seeing people sitting around a creative, like a table and talking about a creative, like, I don't know, marketing or commercials or jingles or things like that, or, you know, and you got nothing, but then you get to the table and you're like, wow, even my worst ideas are better than what these people are coming up with. So don't, and it may not come in time for the meeting, but I mean, I think that in the end, you're going to be the one that they take your idea, Virgo. So even if it comes after the meeting, let them know, because I think they're going to love it and they're going to run with it, because it's going to be the best one. It's going to be far and away the best one. And actually, as down on your own ideas you may be in July, I think this one that you end up presenting, or that they end up going with, is like, you're like really proud of it. You're going to end up, again, yeah, you may even get a promotion out of this. You're going to get the win. And if it's not in July, Virgo, it's coming soon after, again, during that Leo time frame, the first 3 weeks of August or so. So, yeah, play the long game, be patient, just be you, be stubborn, be constant. And try not to get frustrated with your own brain if it's not coming, or your own body if, you know, things aren't working out the way it's supposed to, because a great celebration is coming. And stay positive. And it's gonna be at the last minute though. That's what I do hear, that like it's gonna come in, and I'm just seeing like, I'm gonna save the day, right? This idea, this stroke of brilliance. It's like you're circling all around it all month with July. It's just like it's a fog, but you can see it, but you can't quite see it clearly enough. But you will. So that's what I see here, Virgo, for the month of July. But meet me over on Vimeo. I'm going to shuffle the Faeries Oracle. I want to see what further information we can glean about this, and how, which fairy wants to help you with this energy. They've been very on it, as the spiritual guidance readings always are. Of course, your mid-year check-in RuneScope is over on Vimeo too, covering July through December. So if you want to get a longer-term view of what we're talking about here, definitely check that out. You'll find that link below in the description box. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you back here next time.